Hello people, I'm in Paris again. I'm currently waiting for Breland. We both decided to come together. We wanted to do all the Christmassy things in Paris, but our train cars were as far away as humanly possible. So I'm just waiting for her. I'll find her somewhere. We're at the airport. We're gonna go check into our hotel and then we will do all the fun Christmassy things in Paris. So let's do it. Found her. Okay guys, we made it to the hostels. We got these little cabins, so we get our own rooms, but look at the size of these. They're just like a little shoebox. This is the door where you come in, and then right over here is the bed, and then there's a little ladder, and this pretty painting, and the mirror. And that is my little cabin in Paris. It was only like 30 euros. But you have your own private space. There's also a window that opens up, which is kind of nice if you want the air, but yeah, that is my little bunk. The bathrooms are so funny. I love the art. Look at this. So those are the showers. These are the toilets. I'm cracking up. Notre Dame is right behind us. It did just open back up, and we were gonna try and see it. Funny story, all the tickets were gone. Okay, you didn't need tickets as of like 2 weeks ago, and then they decided that you do need tickets because too many people were coming. So I'll probably come at the end of this month when I come with Maddie, but it's behind us. She's open again. Beautiful. Lunchtime. I got a croque madame, which is like a grilled cheese but it has ham on it, and then an egg on top. Salad, fries, really got fish and chips. We're gonna go into Shakespeare and Co. You can't take photos or videos, so I'm just gonna soak up this moment for myself, but you saw the outside. The bag has been secured from Shakespeare and Company. I got 2 books, I'll show you later, and they stamped them, and I'm very excited. Alright, next stop is Galeries Lafayette, where they have really pretty Christmas decorations. Then we're going to check out lots of different streets with Christmas lights, and then go to Le Marché de Noël. More windows that way. Guys, look at all these people. This is insane. Walked down the Champs-Élysées, and Breland taught me something today that I didn't realize. The Champs-Élysées takes you from the Arc de Triomphe all the way to the Louvre, essentially. So we just walked down it with all the pretty lights, and now we are gonna go see some other different light displays next to the Christmas market, and then we're gonna go to the Christmas market. Wine secured. It's actually pretty good. Not bad. Okay guys, I got these macarons and I showed you a little already. I tried one. Just keeping it real with you guys. We've been walking around a lot. They're not as pretty as when I got them. Good thing I got a video. But I'm gonna try another one. Wow, they got beat up. Let's try this one because it's the most beat up. Okay, I don't even know what this is, but let's see. Okay, good. I can't tell you what it is. I really don't know. It's sweet though. It's yummy. Got some sausage. Guys, Breland's eating her sausage. Girl dinner. This is like the Minnesota State Fair, but like on steroids maybe. This is crazy. There are so many people here. On an open fire, if you will. So we are gonna get her some roasted chestnuts right now. Roasted chestnuts acquired. This is so Nat King Cole. What's the verdict?
Weird but good. It's more.
Alright, last stop of the night, we're going to Place Vendôme, which has lots of pretty Christmas lights. Then we're gonna head back to the hostel for the night and go to sleep. It's like 10 something, almost 11, so we're gonna get a good night's rest. Good morning, people. Okay, Breland and I are currently with our luggage, walking to our luggage storage for the day. We were just talking about how different Paris is from the US because at 8:30, almost 9 on a Sunday morning, you'll have people like out and about, you'll have people with yoga mats, you'll have people running. Paris is dead, just completely silent. But guys, look, the streets are empty. We're en route to a vegan coffee shop, so that way my allergy kid can eat breakfast too. It's very important. They actually have quite a few in Paris. So this one is called what? Land and Monkeys?
Yes.
They all have very whimsical names. The one we went to yesterday was called Cloud Cakes. Very whimsical for the vegans. Never had a pain au chocolat because it has butter, and our girl is allergic to the butter, so she gets to try her first one today. Very exciting. Yeah, let's see it.
I'm so excited.
The first bite, or she's gonna rip it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip it.
Very proper.
I'm gonna go slowly.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no chocolate in that bit. Oh yeah, there is.
There you go. Good. Perfect. I got the same thing. We're gonna go back for seconds because I want to try a cinnamon roll as well. What is this?
A pain au raisin.
Pain au raisin. I actually haven't had one of those myself. Looks good. Off to Musée d'Orsay. She's having a religious experience. I also tried it and it is really good. Every time me and Breland see something that looks remotely familiar, we say, I think this one's a big deal. I think this one's important or something. Okay, people, we finished at the museum. We got some postcards and some little souvenirs. And now we are on a lunch mission. So, we are gonna see what we find. We're just gonna walk until we find something that feels appropriate for us. We have fed ourselves. We're feeling better. Well, I don't know that Breland wasn't feeling good, but I was getting hangry. And everything was closed because it's Sunday in France, and I was like, Breland, we're gonna die here. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. She was like, it's gonna be fine. I was like, oh, I'm so hungry. But I'm feeling much better now, so yay. Now we're going to Les Invalides, which is essentially like a military war history museum. And Napoleon is buried there. His tomb is there, so we're gonna see that. Hi everybody. So I had recorded an outro in Paris with Breland. That being said, can't use it, all the sound cut out. Basically there are 3 different settings on my camera. One is picture mode, one is video mode, and one is S&Q mode. S&Q mode will record your video but take out all of the sound, so naturally I bumped that setting on accident because it's just on the top, it's right next to the record button, so I guess I just bumped it and you couldn't hear anything from the last couple clips. So that's okay, I'm gonna do a little outro now, but I realized I hadn't shown you what I got from Shakespeare and Co, so I can do that now as well. Starting off, I got a poetry book. It sounds really dramatic when you hear the title, so just wait for it. But I really wanted a hardcover poetry book and I wanted it to be mixed authors. I am not into poetry enough to pick a book by one poet. I don't know poets enough. I don't know their work. So I wanted something that was A, a hardcover, B, kind of looked cute, and then C, a mix of a lot of different authors. So this was the one I liked the most. So it's a pretty hardcover. It is called Poems for Tortured Souls. Do I think I'm a tortured soul? I don't know that I would say that. That feels a little intense for me, but I do like poetry. So yes, I got the Poems for Tortured Souls book, but it's got a lot of poems by different artists, and they were selected by Liz Eason, I don't know how you say that, but it's illustrated on certain pages, and I just really liked some of the poems that I read and glanced at while I was in the store. So that's what I got here. It's really cute on the inside as well. If you can see, there's like that pretty paper there. And then of course they stamped it. So I got the Shakespeare and Co. stamp. The stamp says Shakespeare and Company, Kilometer Zero, Paris. You don't have to get the stamp. They ask you before they just go and stamp your books, but I think it's cool. I think it's part of the souvenir to have the stamp. So got this one. And then at the checkout, they had so many different versions of Le Petit Prince, so iconic. They had a really cute cover and a little one that I really liked, but it was in English. And buying a book in English in Paris and the book being Le Petit Prince felt so wrong to me because I speak French and I've read this in French before, so I was like, why would I get the English one? But I found the French version in a hardcover, and so I got the stamp on this one as well, which I love. I read this book in high school. We had to read it in high school for my French class, but my French back then wasn't super great. We like really picked apart every chapter of the book just to understand and comprehend what was happening. And the thing with this book is a lot of people think it's written for kids. It's actually not intended for kids, it's intended for adults, and so there are a lot of metaphors and just kind of harder concepts to understand in the book, so we really took a lot of time like pulling this apart. So I wanted to get my own copy that was nice and from Paris, and now I can read it again and annotate it and do all that fun stuff. So got my version of Le Petit Prince. Lastly, they gave me some freebies. They did give out not the cutest bookmark ever. This is the bookmark. This is where you see Notre Dame, so I like that you can see it, but the text they chose to go with it, not my favorite, okay? But I do like the quote. It's a Walt Whitman quote, and it says, "I too am not a bit tamed. I too am untranslatable. I sound my barbaric yawp over the roofs of the world." So I liked that. It's from Song for Myself, but that's the little bookmark they gave as a freebie. And then I also went when Notre Dame reopened. So it was within the first week, as I mentioned earlier. We couldn't go because it was crazy, but they handed out these freebies because of that. So I got this little pamphlet, and I thought it was just poems because it's Poems for Notre Dame from the Shakespeare and Co. staff. And so you have Notre Dame here and then Shakespeare and Co. And I showed here, but the view from Shakespeare and Co. is this. You see Notre Dame from there, and it's like such an iconic staple of France, not only of Paris, just of France and the people of France. So when it was hit by the fires, it was like so tragic for a lot of people here. And so the big opening ceremony was just really beautiful and, you know, big and well done. So they handed out these poems for Notre Dame, but when you open it up, you have a poster. So I am definitely going to frame this poster when I get home. It's got a little slit down the middle. I think probably it was just folded for a long time and it just naturally wore down, because this is totally just regular paper. It's not like poster paper. So I'm not hanging it up here because I don't want it to get damaged before I get home. So I just have it folded, and I'm going to frame it when I get back to the US. But the quote on here says, "Beneath the sky's transparent veil, a star ventures out, now and then dim and pale." And that's a Victor Hugo quote. He's really well known in France as well. But I just thought it was so cool. And this picture is, you know, an older photo of Notre Dame. So it's Comète de Donati. And the location is Vue à Paris, le 4 octobre 1858. So, you know, it's the view from Paris, the 4th of October, 1858, which I thought was so cool. So that is my poster. And then that's pretty much it. That's all I got from Shakespeare and Co. Last thing I got next door is just this little bookmark with all the cute Parisian, you know, iconic things. So yeah, that's what I got at Shakespeare and Co. and in the vicinity of Shakespeare and Co. But yeah, that'll wrap it up for this video. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back again next week with another video. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again next time. All right, see you later. Bye.